Honorable members, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Shall we pray? Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed office of rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we ask you to behold with your abundant favor us your servants, whom you have pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this land. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner to promote your honor and glory, and to advance peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country, and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen.
General business, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, good afternoon. Today being my first day to chair, honorable members, with deep gratitude and humility, I would like to thank you for the trust and the confidence you have placed in me by electing me as the second deputy speaker of this house. This is a reflection of collective belief that together we can strengthen our parliament, uphold our democratic values, and serve our people with dignity and fairness. Let us continue to work together for the good of our constituencies and for the future of our nation. I thank you. Honorable members, the second announcement is that the business committee will be meeting at 3:30 during the health break. I thank you.
Government business, ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Transport and Public Works to present a statement on the accelerating transport and public works development in Malawi.
Thank you. Honorable Minister responsible for transport and public works, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, I rise before you and the Honorable House to present my maiden statement under the title Accelerating Transport and Public Works Development in Malawi. Madam Deputy Speaker and all members of this House, I stand to first of all congratulate His Excellency the President of the Republic of Malawi, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for being elected with a landslide victory. His being voted to power means a lot to the people of this republic. They spoke loudly and confirmed that this is indeed a return to proven leadership. May I also thank His Excellency the President for appointing me to serve in his cabinet. I'm very grateful. I do not take this for granted and therefore promise to diligently serve him and the people of Malawi. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, distinguished members of this House, let me take this opportunity to also congratulate you all for excelling in the just past general elections. This is a vote of confidence from your constituents, giving you the mandate to speak for them in this House. Thirdly, let me also congratulate you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I'm very much honored to stand up and speak in this House on your first day of presiding over deliberations of this House. I'm saying congratulations to you. But in the same vein, I am privileged to also use this opportunity to congratulate the Speaker of this House and the First Deputy Speaker. Congratulations. We are all looking forward to your guidance as we deliberate on the proceedings of this House. Madam Deputy Speaker, I rise to address this House on progress and strategic direction of the transport sector, a sector that remains the backbone of our economy and a vital driver of trade, connectivity, and national development. I will start with the National Transport Master Plan. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the National Transport Master Plan, our blueprint for investment in the transport sector, outlines key policy direction. That is to shift bulk cargo from road to rail and inland transport to assist in preserving the life of our roads. For this transition to be successful, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the operating environment for the two modes needs to be strengthened, and the government is thus investing in the rehabilitation of both rail and port infrastructure. There are a number of subsectors which I will present as follows. the road subsector. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for the past 2 years, our efforts to maintain roads have been frustrated due to the non-remittance of the fuel levy by the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority to the Road Fund Administration. This obviously ought to be expected because of misalignment of priorities by the previous administration. This situation has limited the capacity of the government of Malawi to undertake timely maintenance of our road network. The government of Malawi, under the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, is now taking decisive action to restore normal remittances and strengthen the roads fund so that our roads are maintained to standards our people deserve. On the other hand, with support from development partners and the local resources, my ministry is undergoing an exciting time in road rehabilitation. For urban roads, Lilongwe has experienced an unprecedented facelift of road upgrading from single lane to dual and triple carriageways for the following roads, complete with the street lights. I must mention, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that with the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, who proceeded to secure resources that have been used in these rehabilitation projects, my ministry is grateful to these initiatives. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to mention specifically on these roads. The crossroads to Kanengo dual carriageway, which covers 10 kilometers, and with support from the Chinese government, which all honorable members of this House can attest that they are already using this road. The construction works were completed and the road is now in use, and we are now in the defects liability period. The 6-lane Dr. Salos Klaus Chilima Highway from Parliament Building to National Bank Old Town, covering 4.1 kilometers, has been built using local resources. The construction works have been substantially completed. The road is now in use, and this project is also in the defects liability period. The dual carriageway, Zimba Street from Crossroads, roundabout to Central Medical Stores, covering 3.9 kilometers, using local resources, has also been completed. This project is also in use, this road is in use, and is also in the defects liability period. The very recent completion of the magnificent Lilongwe Bridge, which Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I personally opened with great gratitude to His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, I would like to report that this is now open to public use with support from the Japanese government. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to reiterate my gratitude to the President of this Republic, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, with the Minister of Finance, who went all the way to secure funding for these projects. And to the grace of God, we are here as a DPP government to witness the official opening of all these projects. We are aware that the past government attempted to open some of these projects, although they had not been completed, to score some cheap scores. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the only tragedy that we are currently facing is that the street lights that we have in these nice roads are being vandalized, a practice that is decadent and retrogressive. I wish to appeal to all such ill-minded people to stop the malpractice forthwith, because once they are caught, they will face the full wrath of the law. May I also request honorable members of this House to help spread this message to our constituents. Of course, particularly honorable members from and around Lilongwe. These roads and the incidental infrastructure belong to all of us as Malawians, and it is our responsibility, collective responsibility for that matter, to guard them jealously. Madam Deputy Speaker, the main trunk road, otherwise called the M001 or M1, and other arteries have reached a point where some sections are completely deteriorated. The following sections, with support from development partners, are being rehabilitated. 1, the Kamuzu International Airport turn-off to Nzimba turn-off, and the Kacheche to Chiweta 300 kilometers stretch, with support from the European Investment Bank and the European Union, is underway for rehabilitation, with a total cost of 111 million euros. The construction works for this project are expected to be completed just next month, December 20. Oh, sorry, I take that one again. The construction works on this project are expected to be completed in the month of December 2026. The Nsipe Liwonde section, covering 55 kilometers, supported by the African Development Bank, is also underway, and the construction works are expected to be completed in July 2026. With support from the World Bank, we are also implementing a transformative project called the Southern Africa Trade and Connectivity Project, whose objectives, among others, are to reduce the cost of trade and strengthen regional coordination, strengthen value chains for regional integration. Apart from the softer issues coming under this project, the project will also strengthen transport infrastructure to improve market access by rehabilitating the Liwonde-Mataware Road, with commencement happening in December 2025, next month. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in order to enhance resilience against annual climatic shocks in the Lower Shire, we are redesigning and reconstructing the Tabwa-Chikwawa-Bangula Road, again lying on the M001, covering 99 kilometers, with support from the World Bank. This project is expected to commence in early 2026. The expectation is that in due course, these works will be completed and main road arteries will be restored to play their rightful role of facilitating travel for strategic products and people. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, one of the roads that is earmarked for upgrading is the Mangochi-Maganjira Road. The road is 101 kilometers, and once upgraded, will facilitate tourism, trade, and transportation of agricultural products, and support the fishing industry, which has been limited in its growth and development due to poor conditions of the link road. The total cost of upgrading the road is $100 million, and implementation of the project, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, has been split into 3 phases. Phase 1 saw the construction of Litisa Bridge, which was financed by the African Development Bank. The bridge has been completed and is now in use. The second phase, Phase 2, will see the construction of 8 bridges, which will be financed by the World Bank. Currently, the procurement process for the construction of these bridges is at an advanced stage, with contractors expected to be identified soon and works to commence also soon.
You have 5 minutes, Honorable
Phase
Minister.
3.
You have 5 minutes remaining, Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Phase 3 will involve the construction of 101-kilometer road and associated drainage structures. On this phase, the total amount that is available for the construction works is $56 million. With your indulgence, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I will skip therefore some of the details of the report with a request to the honorable members that my
Honorable Minister, the table clerks were just reminding me about the time, then they say, no, they have 10 minutes. The Honorable Minister has 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, under phase 3 of this work, the Ministry has just recently signed a contract with the supervision consultant, and the procurement of contractors for the civil works will also commence soon. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, apart from the roads that I've just mentioned, my ministry is also implementing a number of road projects across the country. And these are different levels. They include upgrading the 30-kilometer long Chitipa-Ilomba Road, which is being financed by the Malawi government. The revised completion date for this project is December 2025. The second one is upgrading of Rumpi-Nyika Road, phase 1 from Bolero to Bembe, with funding from the Malawi government, and the revised completion date, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is December 2025. Rehabilitation of 150 kilometers section of M005 road from Kapatenga to Luangwa. This is being financed by the Malawi government, African Development Bank, and the OPEC Fund. All the construction works on this project are expected to be completed by September 2027. The upgrading of the Chimwaza-Nambuma Road with funds from the Malawi government, works are expected to be completed in November 2026. The upgrading of 60-kilometer road from Zarekanchisi Malomo Road with funding from local resources, the works are supposed to be completed in April 2027. Capacity improvement of Kaunda and Chendawaka Road in the city of Lilongwe with funding from local resources, the works are expected to be completed in March 2026. Capacity improvement for the dual carriageway on the M001 road from Crossroads roundabout to Tanoho in the city of Lilongwe with funding from local resources, the works are expected to be completed by May 2026. Upgrading of 40-kilometer road from Cheu Sangano Neno Mwanza, this is being financed by the Malawi government. The works are expected to be completed by January 2026. Upgrading of 20-kilometer section of Lilongwe, Chingale, Machinga Road. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I can declare my interest here because this road passes through my constituency. It can't go without being mentioned so that my constituency should know that I've started working, Madam Speaker. This road is expected to be completed in October 2026. Construction of Tuchira Bridge in Mulanje District with funding from Malawi government. I can see the Honorable Member of Parliament from Mulanje West is smiling on this one. We can commit that we'll be completing this bridge in by April 2026. Upgrading and rehabilitation of Salima Town roads, Nzimba Boma roads, Chikwawa Boma roads, Deza and Baraka Loop roads. All these will be financed by local resources. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in the area of the regulatory services, I'll quicken to mention that we have reformed the National Construction Industry Council to now become the Construction Industry Regulatory Authority, which we expect to launch on the 26th of November 2025. This has been done having acknowledged the gaps that were there in the regulatory space of the construction industry. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, there is one critical issue that I would like to address the Honorable House. My ministry, time and again, receives requests from honorable members for maintenance of roads and bridges in our constituencies. My ministry has noted that the majority of these requests that we receive in this House are on district and community roads. I am aware that my ministry is the overall policy holder in terms of all public roads in this country, but the management of these roads has been delegated to the institutions that I will quickly outline. The main roads, these are the roads that connect district headquarters and connect Malawi to the borders with our neighboring countries. These roads are under the management of the Roads Authority. The secondary roads, and these are the roads that connect all the major trading centers in the country, these are under the responsibility again of the Roads Authority. Urban roads, and these are the roads within the city boundaries, and they are not classified as main roads or secondary roads. These urban roads are under the responsibility of city councils. District roads, these are roads within the district boundaries that connect other trading centers and not classified as main or secondary roads. These ones are under the responsibility of district councils. Community roads are roads within a district boundary that connect villages to centers of trade or trading centers. These are also under the responsibility of district councils. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to buttress the point made previously by my cabinet colleague that this is where the 5 billion kwacha that will be allocated to the constituency is meant to go. And this is in accordance to the DPP manifesto that we should decentralize development to the constituencies. I wanted to request Madam Second Deputy Speaker and the Honorable House that before they present their request to my ministry, they should feel free to consult the Roads Authority or indeed the city and district councils on how they can go about undertaking the rehabilitation and maintenance works that they expect to be undertaken in their constituencies. If a road is a district or community road, then it is to be the council that has got to prioritize the maintenance and construction of such kind of roads. My ministry, at the beginning of every financial year, we do request all councils to submit to the ministry the prioritized list of projects for possible financing in the annual National Roads Program. So, honorable members, feel free, of course, to reach out to my ministry, but at the same time, feel free to reach out to the Roads Authority as well as to your councils for guidance on how you can go about undertaking the road maintenance or indeed the bridges that would require any maintenance in your constituencies. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, talking about the rail transport system in this country, my ministry is continuing with the implementation of the Marka-Bangula rail project, which involves the rehabilitation of 72 kilometers from the border at Marka to Bangula. I am happy to report that the physical progress stands at 68%, with 26 kilometers completed from Marka to Nsanje. In addition, the government has revised the Nkaya Lilongwe rail line, which currently actively carries coal from Watize and other key commodities such as fuel and fertilizer from the port of Nakala, Mozambique, to Kanengo in Lilongwe. Rehabilitation works are continuing on the Kanengo-Chipata, Zambia stretch to further promote regional trade and connectivity. Whilst all this is being pursued, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, my ministry is also looking at rail connectivity to the northern region. The ultimate aim is to connect the rail with Tazara rail line up north. We are currently doing feasibility studies and inviting partners to consider financing this project. Inland water transport, Madam Deputy Speaker, in the past 10 years, port management and shipping services were operated under concession by the Malawi Ports Company and the Malawi Shipping Company, both subsidiaries of Motor Angel, under a public-private partnership arrangement. Due to persistent underperformance, however, on 31st December 2024, these concessions were mutually terminated. A transitional arrangement was agreed upon under which Motor Angel would continue to support MV Ilala's operations with the salaries and fuel until end of this month of November 2025. Meanwhile, day-to-day operations and port management are now being carried out by government-owned Malawi Lake Services Company. I would like to assure the House, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that there will be no any service disruptions to the communities which are served and serviced by MV Ilala, as all transitional arrangements are in place. Madam Deputy Speaker, my ministry is undertaking a business model study together with the public-private partnership that will guide the future phases of concessions for inland ports and shipping services. This model shall define key prerequisites and performance indicators to ensure that future arrangements deliver value for money and improve service delivery for the people of this republic. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Likoma Island Port Project, which began in 2019 under the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika and currently standing at 90% completion, remains a top priority for this government. The contractor has indicated that there is a need for additional resources for completion to be done. Once finalized, the port will significantly enhance connectivity, trade and tourism for the people of Likoma and Chizumulu Island and nearby places. Progress, I must report here, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that slowed and works were suspended. For the past 2 years, there hasn't been any work happening on this port. This government, under the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, we are recommencing completion of this port project at Likoma Island. Our ports, especially Nkata Bay and Chipoka, have suffered years of neglect and are now in need for rehabilitation. Consultants are being procured to carry out diagnostic studies for the restoration of these very important ports, Nkata Bay as well as Chipoka. I wish to report, Madam Deputy Speaker, that my ministry, under the guidance of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, we will undertake this rehabilitation work so that the people of Nkata Bay and the people of Chipoka benefit from this DPP-led government. Madam Deputy Speaker, the need cannot be overemphasized of the replacement of the aging MV Ilala. The vessel MV Ilala was built in Glasgow in the year 1949, meaning as we speak now, this vessel is about 74 years. It has outlived its life. It is therefore on the priority list of this government to replace MV Ilala. The government, through my ministry, is looking for donors to support with its replacement. So far, my ministry has had discussions with interested investors that have indicated an interest to build a replacement of MV Ilala. The other option, obviously, would be to get a loan finance for procurement of a new and modern vessel. To replace the Ilala as it stands now, we are estimating that it will cost about $40 million according to our current specifications. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I wish to put it on record to this Honorable House that replacement of MV Ilala is a matter of top agency. Madam Deputy Speaker, once all these efforts to improve rail and inland water transport are in place, they will reinforce our call to shift cargo from road to rail and inland water transport, a move that will cut transport costs, stimulate economic growth, and preserve our road infrastructure. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, special comment on the incident that took place on the 11th of November 2025, whilst we were in this house, where a boat failed to finish its voyage from Nkata Bay to Likoma Island. We do appreciate sincerely that we have shortfalls, moving people and cargo between the mainland and the islands of Likoma and Chizumulu. While we have, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, while we have challenges of a modern vessel to transport people and goods on the lake to replace MV Ilala, different citizens have taken it upon themselves to use their private boats for hire. This has created problems, especially when connecting the mainland in Katabe to the islands of Likoma and Chizumulu. There are lots of incidents and accidents where lives and property have been lost, regrettably. The ministry has often mounted campaigns to sensitize people to avoid using unlicensed boats. The final solution is to have a minimum of 2 ferries, which will provide safe passage to the islands in the north and also connect Senga Bay to Makanjira. These will be in addition to the MV Ilala replacement, which will have its weekly voyage from Monkey Bay to Chirumba and back. We have some interested investors who are looking into all these investment opportunities so that we can save the people of Likoma Island and Chizumulu Island much, much better. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to move on to aviation. The aviation sector, Madam Second
Honorable
Deputy
Minister,
Speaker.
you have got 5 minutes to go.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the aviation sector continues to register encouraging progress through key reforms and strategic investments. In October 2023, the government established the Civil Aviation Authority to regulate the air transport industry. Additionally, the Airport Development Limited was granted the extended mandate to manage and operate all public airports and airfields, while the Civil Aviation Department was left to handle policy direction of the whole aviation sector. I must hasten to mention, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to say that before the reforms, the Department of Civil Aviation was handling both operations and the regulatory aspects. This was against international standards. The reforms were therefore hatched to bring separation of function, to separate operations from safe regulation. This reform promotes transparency, autonomy, and operational efficiency in line with international standards. Madam Deputy Speaker, one key aspect that will accelerate implementation of the reforms is the need to retain revenue generated by the aviation sector for operational and infrastructure development. This is a conversation that my ministry is having with the Minister of Finance. So far, I'm happy to report to Madam Second Deputy Speaker and the honorable members that we are having indications, positive indications for that matter, that this will work successfully. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, our national flag carrier, the Malawi Airlines, has entered into a new 10-year management contract and developed an ambitious business model that is spanning between 2025 and 2035. The airline is planning to expand its international destinations from the current 5 to 27 and to increase its fleet from the current 3 to 10 aircrafts. In order to facilitate the expansion drive, government has signed several bilateral air service agreements with partner countries to expand international connectivity, open new routes, and attract investments in the aviation sector. This expansion, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, will increase aviation activity, decrease cost of air travel, whilst at the same time raising Malawi's profile as a regional transport hub and tourism destination of people's choice. Complementing this development, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the government of the DPP intends to transform Kamuzu International Airport into a modern airport city with a new terminal building, shopping malls, hotels, a hospital, and a modern housing estate. A team of consultants has been working on the master plan, which will guide implementation of this transformational project. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, it is a well-known fact that the current airport in Nzuzu City has outlived its original design and lifespan. Government, therefore, intends to develop a new airport in the northern region as one modern gateway for regional air connectivity. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, whilst government recognizes that construction of new airport is a long-term undertaking, we remain fully committed to maintaining uninterrupted aviation services in the region. Accordingly, several rehabilitation works have been completed at the existing Zuzu Airport, including the construction of perimeter fence, procurement of very high-frequency VHF communication equipment, and extension of the runway. Road traffic services, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in our continued efforts to decentralize and bring services closer to the people of Chikwawa, Mangochi, and Karonga, my ministry has established vehicle inspection services in Ngabu, Mangochi, and Karonga. These facilities have greatly reduced the distance that citizens have been traveling to access road traffic services whilst improving road safety and compliance. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, my ministry will ensure full resuscitation of the road levy to support sustainable maintenance as we move forward. Continue to collaborate with development partners such as the World Bank, African Development Bank, European Investment Bank, European Union, the Arab countries who are already supporting key projects in our ministry and the transport and public works sector. We shall continue to explore alternatives and innovations for road maintenance financing through expanding private sector participation through public-private partnerships and other financing models. In pursuit of our model shift from road to rail, we shall initiate the process of enacting legislation to compel shippers to move bulk cargo from road to rail and water transport. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, whilst we have achieved these milestones, we are not without any challenges. I'll quickly mention just that a few, that infrastructure financing, or rather financing of infrastructure still remains to be a problem, and delayed or protracted procurement systems also remains to be a problem. Whilst we recognize that these are challenges, we are working and turning these challenges into opportunities so that we can benefit from these challenges and be able to utilize the opportunities for the benefit of the citizens of this country. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in conclusion, and as I conclude, let me indicate that as we go on, my ministry will consistently be presenting specific issues which we will be pursuing so that we provide in-depth information to the honorable members in this august House. The vision of this government under the leadership of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for the transport and public works sector is very clear. A modern, safe, integrated transport system connecting Malawians to opportunities, driving regional trade, and accelerating economic transformation. We are not just rehabilitating roads, not just rehabilitating ports, and not just rehabilitating airports. We are building the arteries of progress that will carry our nation forward. I thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, let me draw the House to Standing Order 190B1. Questions to the Honorable Minister is allocated 2 minutes and no debate is allowed. I recognize members for questions, starting from the Honorable Member from Nzimba, our former VP.
Nzimba Southwest.
Nzimba Northwest, then Southwest. Then the second one is the honorable member for Mwanza Central. And the third one is the honorable member for, let me recognize the whip, for the honorable member for Dedza Mulunguzi. Thank you so much. In that order, please.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Since I'm rising for the first time, let me pass my congratulations messages to you, Deputy Speaker, and the entire speakership. I also extend my congratulations to the Leader of the House and the entire Cabinet, Leader of Opposition, and indeed all of us as members of Parliament. Special congratulations go to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Malawi, Professor Peter Mutharika. You know, one thing that these elections we have learned is that it is not the amount of meetings you do, but it is the message that you give. Exactly. Deputy Speaker, out of all the 15 or 16 presidential candidates who were there, the least traveled, the least campaigned president is Professor Mutharika. Deputy Speaker,
Honorable member, please ask your question.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. This is.
I see Leader of the House.
Second Deputy Speaker, good afternoon. I wanted to support the fourth Vice President as he is asking his question. Let us allow him to give a preamble. Yes.
Continue, honorable member.
Thank you very much, Leader of the House. All what I wanted to say is we need to borrow a leaf from Professor Mutharika. That it is the message that matters, not how many visits you make. Having said this, Deputy Speaker, let me say I have two questions. Honorable Minister, thank you very much for the good statement, but I wanted to remind you, or maybe to ask you, sir, you did not include the gender Edingeni Mzimba Road. Currently, the contractor is on site, and it is the wish of the people of Mzimba, Tie Mzukuzuku, Tie Mberwa, Tie Chindi, to make sure that the road goes as far as Mzimba Boma, but as well as it passes through Eutini to join the Bolero Road at Chikwawa. I thought you should pronounce yourself on that one, sir. The second one, I'm glad you have mentioned about Nkatabe jet, but I thought you would continue by bringing into the attention of Mutwara Development Corridor. Why do I mention this? Because from Nkatabe, it goes as far as Mzimba up to Mkocha border. And our colleagues in Zambia have already done their part from Chipata to Lundazi, Lundazi to Chama. They are just waiting for us to connect so that the Mtwara Development Corridor becomes a reality. I submit, Madam First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. The honorable member for Mwanza West, Mwanza Central. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. I have three questions, but before asking the questions, I just wanted to bring to the attention of the Honorable Minister my observation on the Kanengo Crossroads Road. I don't know whether it's just me or probably there are a couple of others who would share my sentiments. It looks like the marking for the road is not perfect. I would probably suggest to you, Honorable Minister, to send your officers to monitor or to check on the road marking. You are driving on a lane, it's showing you you're going to the left. Before you know it, the road is taking you to a different lane altogether. So I think that needs to be checked. It's a beautiful road, but the marking is not perfect. My first question is on the funds utilization. There are a couple of projects, road projects that are funded, but they take too long. Yet the projects are they are fully funded. What is your ministry doing to make sure that funds utilization is moving according to the planned project arrangement? The second question is, there is this project, Tsangano Neno Mwanza Road project. Just wanted to know which section of Mwanza is benefiting from this project. And finally, I wanted to find out, Honorable Minister, we have toll gates, I think 2 so far, on the Lilongwe Blantyre Road. When you drive along this road, most of the times you find that there are a lot of potholes. We, as road users, thought probably the use of the funds collected from the toll gates are meant for rehabilitation of the roads. But for the past 5 years, under the MCP government, the roads have not been rehabilitated. So we just want to find out where the funds are channeled to and what your ministry is doing to make sure that the road is always in good condition, perfect condition, so that we can avoid road accidents. Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. The Honorable Member for Dedza Mulunguzi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for according me this opportunity. If you may allow me, please, just for some seconds, to join those that have congratulated you for your election to that position. It really suits you very well. Congratulations, Madam Speaker. Let me also congratulate the Honorable Minister for the elaborate presentation. The statement was perfect and very, very clear. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And also let me commend you, Honorable Minister, for recognizing the efforts that have been made in the past, knowing that development of a country is an ongoing business, is a continuing business. You've acknowledged all the roads that have been constructed under the past administration. Kudos to you for that. I do not know how many people are going to like you for that, but that was brilliant. Honorable Minister, you have talked about the Makanjira Road. On all the other roads that you did share, you were kind enough to share with the House the source of the funds, and you've stated that phase 3 of the Makanjira Road project, there is $56 million that is already available. I would want to request, Honorable Minister, if you may be kind enough to share with this House the source of those funds, and if you may, when were those funds sourced? Secondly, Honorable Minister, the second question. You have mentioned You've talked of a number of roads. I wanted to find out, Honorable Minister, if you may be kind enough to share details, if you have any plans to do with the Chikwawa Chapananga Mwanza Road. This road, Honorable Minister, has been a talk in this House, and we have the Honorable Member for one constituency.
Honorable members to my right, please allow the member to ask.
May you be kind enough to share with this House if you have plans for the Chikwawa Chapananga Mwanza Road. And the last one, Honorable Minister, the roads, the 6-lane roads that you've acknowledged. Honorable Minister, we seem to be having problems now with how people are driving on these roads. It is a fact, there are times that you find yourselves failing to overtake because someone is driving on the fast lane and is on the phone. I feel there is need for civic education on how people drive on 6-lane roads. Do you have any such plans so that we avoid accidents and delays, unnecessary delays when driving on these roads? Otherwise, congratulations for the very wonderful statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Before the Honorable Minister responsible for transport, the point of order from Zomba Malosa, what has gone out of order?
Yeah, Second Deputy Speaker, congratulations for your seat. What has gone out of order is, I think by the standing orders of this House, each member is supposed to talk about his or her constituency. Now, what this honorable member that has just taken his seat, he's talking about Chikwawa Chapananga Road, and yet he's from Udedza. And really, Madam Speaker, can you really clarify? Because we have got new members here, they'll start talking about other people's constituency. Can you clarify what are we supposed to talk on? Are we supposed to talk on other people's constituency? Because we have got Chihuahua West here. That talk about Chikwawa Chapananga. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Zomba Malosa. My ruling on your point of order is to say that because the statement from the Honorable Minister responsible for transport, it was general and covering the whole country. So the honorable members, yeah, so the honorable members that they are at liberty to ask for clarification on some of those roads mentioned by the honorable minister responsible for transport. I thank you. Honorable Minister for Transport, you have the floor. Honorable Member for Chikwawa, I'll give you the point. Let us allow the Honorable Minister for Transport to respond first, then I'll give you later. Yeah, I will recognize the Honorable Member. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. And allow me to thank Honorable Member and the former Vice President for Nzimba Southwest for the question, as well as Mwanza Central for the questions, as well as Leza Mulunguzi for the compliment. Mulunduni. Leza Mulunduni for the compliments and the questions as well. Honorable Member for Nzimba Southwest, the road Gender Edingeni passing through Eutini is a project that is within our scope of works and our plans. As I mentioned, and because I was also being constrained all the time, we tried as a ministry to put together a statement that touches on all the sectors that we work on. Otherwise, if I was to provide the details of all the roads, certainly something that will take us almost the whole day. Nonetheless, be assured that this road is under our microscope and is being undertaken within phases. So the section that you specifically mentioned will also come in, and be assured that this road is under our serious consideration, and the works, in some cases, I think the works have already commenced. And on the Ntwara Development Corridor, thank you very much for that observation. Certainly, when you're looking at the connectivity of rail that we're talking about going up north, this is an aspect that we'll have to seriously consider. I thank you very much for that observation. For Mwanza Central, the observation about the road markings on crossroads to Kanengo Road, I've taken note of that. I'll engage my officials within the ministry so that we can look into it and ensure that the road markings are appropriately done. Funds utilization, in some cases, the works maybe are stopped because the funds, for some reason, are not there. As I mentioned in my statement, that there are some road projects that were stopped and others that were stored because the funds were not there, and the funds were not there because of non-remittance of the fuel levy from the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority to the Road Fund Administration. And I also made a commitment within the statement that this is something that my ministry, under my leadership, will look at and ensure that when we commence a road project, be it a new road or rehabilitation works, we can undertake the project and ensure that it goes all the way to completion. The Mwanza Sangano Road, I think the question was which sections or part of the society is benefiting.
I said which part of Mwanza, because it's called Sangano Neno Mwanza Road. So I just wanted to know if there is a part of Mwanza that is benefiting from this project.
Or wanting it to, as we're talking about it, starting from Sangano Neno, you'd really want to be assured that it will get to your constituency. Honorable Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let the honorable member be assured that the purpose of undertaking the Sangano Neno Road is to ensure that there is connectivity between Ncheu, or specifically Sangano, all the way to Mwanza. So you can be assured that we cannot certainly undertake a project that will stop midway. To ensure that this connectivity, to open up Sangano as well as Mwanza to trade and movement, and also to reduce the distance that even commuters to Lilongwe face as they want to travel from Mwanza, whether they're traveling from Mozambique or South Africa to Ncheu, or indeed this part of Malawi, we should reduce the traveling distance. So the project is intended to reduce that travel time as well as reduce the inconveniences that the people are experiencing right now when they're traveling on that road. So you can be assured that this is being taken care of. The toll gates, potholes, your observation was right that you have observed that in the past 5 years under the MCP regime. Is that what you said? So you said under MCP regime?
Yes, that's what I said.
So under the previous regime, so I can only ride on your observation. However, I also made a commitment that what the Minister of Transport and is to resuscitate the remittance of the fuel levy from MERA to the Road Fund Administration so that adequate financing is available, but as well as when we're talking about specifically the toll gates, the resources that we generate through Road Fund Administration from the toll gates, they are utilized for the intended purposes of road maintenance so that as users of the public roads, we can benefit from the same funding that we contribute to the government of Malawi through the toll fees. From Deza Mulunguni,
Mulunguzi.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you very much for the question. An outline of the financing of the Mangochi Makanjira. First of all, I wish to acknowledge your compliment. But in terms of outlining the financing of the different phases of the Makanjira Road, I mentioned that the first phase is what has already been done with a total financing of $100 million. So the second phase, which is to come, construction of the 8 bridges, is the one where the contractors are supposed to be identified, as well as sources of financing, because we are continuing to source financing. One of the potential financier of this road is Arab Bank for Economic Development for Africa, who have not yet committed how much exactly they're going to provide. But I must hasten to mention that there is a Saudi fund, and there is OPEC fund, there is Kuwait fund, as well as utilization of local resources that will go into this project to finance this project. With the exact details, again, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as I mentioned, that certainly I'll be getting back to this House to provide in-depth information of either specific projects or indeed specific sector, be it rail, road, or aviation. But as you noted that, again, my time was not, was limited. When I share the statement, some of the information should be available within the statement, because when I was presenting my statement, I had to skip some sections which have gotten some of these details, which I'm more than happy to share with the Honourable Member and indeed the Honourable House. The Chikwawa-Chapananga Road, again, Honourable Member, the Chikwawa-Chapananga Road is a road. It's a road that is very, very important. 20 kilometers from the Chikwawa-Chapananga Road is a road that is also under what is one of our projects that we're going to undertake to ensure that connectivity of people from, that is from Chikwawa to Mwanza through Chikwawa-Chapananga, they can also easily access. And we are aware that when we do this project, the travel time from Chikwawa to Mwanza will be reduced, and even for people that would like to travel to South Africa will also be reduced. So this is one of the projects that is also under our microscope within the ministry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honourable Minister. Honourable members, we are restricted to one question, so that we should also allow other members to ask their questions. Let me recognize. Okay, let me recognize the members, then I will give you a point of order. I recognize the Honourable Member from Lilongwe Mude, the Honourable Member for Nkatabe Mpamba, and the Honourable Member for Ncheu Central, in that order. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Resume your seat, Honourable Member. There is a point of order from the opposition whip. Point of order here.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's not a point of order per se. The question that I had raised on the source of the funds, I was asking that because the Honourable Minister in his presentation had indicated that the $56 million is what is available. So you could see that in the explanation, he says the financiers have not committed yet. So the statement may need to be reworked on, because on page 8 of the statement, it says the funds that are available for the project. So what's available and what has not been committed yet, I would want to get it clear there.
Thank you so much, Honourable Member.
Point of order.
Thank you so much,
Point of
Honourable
order.
Member.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Honourable Member for Lilongwe, I will recognize you later, Honourable.
Okay.
Let the Honourable Member for Lilongwe take the floor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for giving an opportunity to the people of T.A. Kabudula and the Senior Chief Kongoni to ask a question to the Minister of Transport and Public Works. But first, let me acknowledge the presentation, a very comprehensive presentation done by the Minister. I think from the presentation itself, you see that this is a capable minister. And I think the President picked the right person for the job. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the presentation done by the Minister, he skipped one of the critical roads that will facilitate the mining of rutile at Kasia, and this is the Kasia-Majiga-Nsundwe Road. It's actually very critical to this mining project, which was mentioned by the president in this house. Would the minister confirm to us that this road is one of the roads being considered, because the procurement process was already completed, and we want the minister to assure us so that the mining of rutile and graphite at Kasia can be done well and actually facilitate the economic development of this country. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Madam
much, Honorable
Second
Member.
Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Honorable Member for Nkatabe Mpamba, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak and represent people of Nkatabe Mpamba in this August House. Let me also take this time to thank people of Nkatabe Mpamba, Senior Chief Timbiri, church leaders, for giving me the mandate to represent them here in Parliament. Let me continue by applauding this Minister of Transport for well-articulated presentation. My question to the Minister: there is a popular road in Nkatabe, Usisia Road. This Usisia Road starts from my constituency. In 2014-2019, designs for this road were already done under DPP government, and now we have been, when I was following the presentation, I thought maybe it would be mentioned, this Usisia Road. So my question to Minister of Transport is to remember us people of Nkatabe, the Usisia Road, because we can't be talking of economic recovery without talking of coffee which is grown in Chikwina, Usisia. We can't be talking of economic recovery without talking of the farming which is done in Nkatabe. We are talking of rice farms. To transport these produce to the market, we need this Mpamba, Chikwina, Usisia Road. Not
Thank you so
to
much.
forget
Thank you
tourism.
so much, Honorable.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. The Honorable Minister, when you're responding, when you're remembering the people from Nkatabe, Usisia, Mpamba, they should also consider the Malawi-Mozambique road through Nayuchi. I recognize the Honorable Member for Ncheu Central East. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for recognizing the people of Ncheu Bwanje South, formerly known as Ncheu Bwanje. Allow me, Madam Speaker, before I ask the Minister, to congratulate His Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for kicking out MCP government. The MCP government was booted out, and the people of Ncheu Bwanje South constituency were very happy. And I thank them for assisting me to boot out this previous regime. You may wonder why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because...
Honorable Member, ask you a question, please.
Thank you very much. They did nothing in Ncheu apart from dragging late Dr. Sachriba to the graveyard. That's my preamble. My question to the Minister of Transport and Public Works. We are wondering that this road from Nankumba to Birira via Chikande, it has not been mentioned. Yet, it was set to be done in 2023 to up to 2024. Some wondering, where is these funds? This road was funded by Charage Millennium. So we are wondering what is happening. The third question to the Minister, is the Minister aware that when the National Roads Authority, technocrats, they are sending caterpillars to to grade our roads in our constituencies. They do bypass the district commissioner's office and even bypassing the authorities. Instead of grading the roads, they do just run their graders and make dams instead of grading the roads. Is the minister aware?
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Thank you so much. The Honorable Minister responsible for transport, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. And I wish to thank Honorable Member from Lilongwe, Honorable Member from Nkatabe Mpamba, as well as Honorable Member from Ncheu Bwanje South for those questions. Let me acknowledge the compliment from Ncheu Bwanje South and also the observation made about Nankumba Bilira Road. My ministry has taken note of that, and we are going to review our schedule of works. As I mentioned earlier, though, that the roads are categorized into different categories, those that are responsible, those that are responsibility of roads authority, those that are responsibility of district councils, as well as those that are responsible for the responsibility of city councils. The issue of the graders, that when the roads authority technocrats are using the graders or bring the graders on site, they pass through some areas where the graders could have been utilized. I've also taken note of that, and I'll be consulting colleagues at the roads authority on how they deploy the grades so that they can be deploying the graders in such a manner that as they move, they are moving along areas where they would be rehabilitating the roads. Nkatabe Mpamba, Honorable Member from Nkatabe Mpamba, again, thank you very much for your question. I wish to acknowledge that the Osisia Road is one of the roads that we are looking at, and currently this road is at design stage. Honorable Member from Lilongwe, the Kasia Nsundo and Majiga Road is a very important road. Excuse the omission, but this is another important road that we are working on so that we open up the Kasia area for the rutile mining. And Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Malawi Mozambique Naishi Road, yes, that's a very important road. As I mentioned, that these are the roads that are under the roads authority, particular roads that are from the districts connecting ourselves to the border towns. So the Malawi-Mozambique road that takes us to Naiuchi is also a road that we are seriously considering. I thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Let me recognize the Honorable Member for Lilongwe. Lilongwe City? Ngwenya. Okay. Lilongwe City, Ngwenya. Then from here, let me recognize, I recognize the leader of UTM, Honorable Member for Mulanje West. And here I recognize the Honorable Member back there. Is it Chikwawa?
Chikwawa North.
Chikwawa North. In that order, please. Thank you.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, firstly, allow me to congratulate you.
Point of order.
To congratulate you for rising to that high office, but through you to also congratulate the Speaker and the First Deputy Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, three issues that I would like to raise, and to the Honorable Minister of Transport, thank you for the well-articulated statement that you have made. It has covered a lot of areas, but there's 2 or 3 areas that I would like to raise. If you may, liaise with the Minister of Foreign Affairs on these issues. Firstly, on the point that was raised by the former Right Honorable Vice President on the Ntwala corridor, you may wish to raise it with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, together with the legal department of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Attorney General. There are sensitivities on that corridor that you may wish to address before you proceed. The second one, two issues that we discussed, firstly with the Chinese government before, in fact, in August, where after discussions, the Chinese committed to rehabilitate the stretch between Kanengo and the airport. I saw it, it doesn't appear in your statement. It's something that you need to liaise with the Minister of Foreign Affairs because it was something that was communicated to the Malawi government at the tail end of our administration. So that's something that the Minister of Foreign Affairs may wish to guide. The last one is the stretch between Lilongwe Market turn-off to Lilongwe, to Chidzanja Road, but also from Chidzanja Road to Bunda turn-off. This is a stretch that has been divided into two. The Japanese have committed to construct and rehabilitate that stretch, but it was communicated to the government in the last days of our administration, and this is another issue that the Minister of Foreign Affairs may wish to guide you on. So I thought I would remind you of that one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Member for Mulanje West, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Second Deputy Speaker. Mulanje West would like to congratulate you for your position, but also Mulanje West would like to ask the Minister of Transport, especially to thank him for the load for the bridge, which they're going to finish come April 2026. Thank you so much. But I would like to ask him if he can help us as they are finishing up the bridge, if they can rehabilitate or redo the bridge, which people are using, because it's giving us a tough time. They do it today, tomorrow it's impossible. So if they can do it, the bridge which we are using now and work on it, that it can be all-weather bridge up to 2026 April, would like to thank him. I don't know if I've heard him talking about the Limbuli Palombe. I'm talking this because we have a convent at Sukasanji, where we used to have problems. It's a church where nuns live, and when we are going there, some of us were being brought up from there, Sukasanji Church. So from Limbuli to Palombe, this stretch, I don't know whether if I heard that you are going to make it. If you're going to do it, we thank you very much. But also we've been hearing about the railway, the Sanji railway. You know, the past government, they've been showing us trucks or trains carrying fuel, but we don't know whether part of us, our side, has been rehabilitated or not, so that we should know whether those were truth or false or lies or whatever. But I didn't hear that stretch were rehabilitated and the line is okay, that the trains can also come this side and offload the fuel which you used to be seeing. Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker, the Right Honorable Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. The last one is the Honorable Member for Chikwawa North.
Kadabi North.
It's Chikwawa North. I recognize the Honorable Member for Chikwawa North. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, allow me to commend the President, Professor Thapita Mutharika, for his decision to improve Tabwa, Muona, and Sanje Road to bitumen standard. This road will change the status of Chikwawa North. Allow me also to thank the Honorable Minister for the presentation to this House. This road was also budgeted for in the year 2023-2024, but up to now, nothing on the ground. Thank you so much. I submit, Madam.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. The Honorable Minister responsible for Transport and Public Works, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I wish to acknowledge the guidance provided by Honourable Member from Lilongwe, that the Ntwara Corridor, as well as the Kanengo Airport, the Lilongwe Market to Chizanja Road, these are some of the projects that discussions were already made, and as we proceed, we just need to make sure that we liaise with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and in some cases with the Minister of Justice. So I wish to thank you so much for that. And Mulanje West, that acknowledging the rehabilitation that we're doing on the Twitchler River, as well as considering that we rehabilitate the current bridge so that by the time we'll be finishing the bridge that is being worked on, at least the one that is being used now, can also be in a usable condition. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to acknowledge that guidance and that it will be considered. Equally so, with the Limbuli to Sukasanje Road, I wish to acknowledge a receipt of this observation, and we will consider it. As well as Chikwawa North, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I suppose the acknowledgement from Chikwawa North is not specifically to the ministry, but rather acknowledging and expressing gratitude to the President. I submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see Nkatabe Chinteje here. I see Salima Central West and Mangochi East. In that order, please. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, you said I will speak after the Minister of Transport. I have to clarify the issue that was raised about my constituents.
Madam Speaker.
When a member is speaking, honorable members are advised to sit down. I will recognize you, time permitting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker.
The honorable member for Chinteche, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. First of all, I congratulated you while you are sitting in the seat, black seat there. But now let me properly congratulate you while you are sitting in the Speaker's seat. Congratulations for rising to that position. My question to Honorable Minister of Transport is, you have talked about construction of the road, M5 road from Kapatenga to Duangwa. But I want to bring to your attention, Honorable Minister, that between Kapatenga and Chinteche, there are 43 bridges, some of them real bridges, others just crossings. I have in mind there's a bridge or a crossing at the Capesia, which is a death trap. Accidents have been happening there, so I would want to ask Honorable Minister if you could send your officials to look at this bridge. And another bridge is Kawia Bridge. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Any serious floods, that bridge would be washed away because people have mined the sand near the lake, and now the lake has gone into the river. So it's a serious problem there, Honorable Minister, which needs your urgent attention. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, honorable member. The honorable member for Salima Central West.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, and I pass you greetings from Salima Central West constituency and congratulations for your election as the Second Deputy Speaker. The same to the first and the Speaker as well. I've got two questions, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to the Honorable Minister. It's about the defined scope of works for M5. By definition, it is supposed to be 60-kilometer stretch from Kapatenga to Kotakota. So far, we applaud His Excellency, the former President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, has put a lot of commitment for Kapatenga to Benga. Good progress, and it passes through my constituency. But there is very little being talked about the stretch from Benga to Kotakota all the way to Duangwa. It's really bad and a nightmare to drive through that road. Can the minister please update us on what is happening or what is being planned for that road? Because the scope of works includes that stretch, but there is very little done, and maybe very little that has been submitted to this House, yet it is a nightmare and it's very hard to drive through that road if you want to use Lakeshore Road. Second one is the policy direction that the ministry has taken, especially for the contractors that were given contracts, if we recall, all the way back from 2018. And they were supposed to complete their works by 2023. I would give example of Ncheu Sangano Road, the Biriwiri Kambironjo stretch. The contractors had problems with financing, and clearly it was submitted that capacity was not there. And yet such contractors are still holding on the same contracts. Are there plans that maybe the ministry would terminate such contracts and give those that have got capacity? This is the road that I have in mind. It has stayed longer. And I can mention even the contractor. I think it's MDF Engineering Company that has had such type of problems. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. The last one is the Honorable Member for Chikwawa West. Sorry. The Honorable Member for Chikwawa West, it was not Chikwawa West, but the Honorable Member for Mangochi East. And, Honorable Member for East, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker, for allowing the people of Mangochi East constituency to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Transport this afternoon. Second Deputy Speaker, this afternoon, I would like to remind or to let the Honorable Minister of Transport that in 2020, when the able President of this country, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, promised the people of Mangochi East a road, which is Idrusi Katuri Road, this government that has just left Malawians dancing because they have gone, they left this promise not done. Therefore, the people of Mangochi East are reminding this able government to do the promise that they were received. I thank you, Honorable Minister of Transport.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Honorable Members, it's 15:32. I suspend the House for Leader of the House.
Second, Deputy Speaker, just to guide that when we come back from health break, I will allow the Minister to answer the questions that are currently on the floor, and then thereafter we'll proceed with the debate on the President's address. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Leader. With your guidance, Honorable Leader, I would like to request the Honorable Minister responsible for transport to respond to the three questions, so that when we come back, we should go straight to the debate. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. The observation, I take it that it is an observation from Nkada Bay Chintechi about the 43 bridges between Kapatenga and Lilongwe. And just to say that construction of this road is in phases. So the phase from Kapatenga to Benga, yeah, that one has been done. So the specific one from Benga to Kota. I'd like to mention here, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that the contractor is on site now with the works under this stretch being financed by the African Development Bank as well as the OPEC Fund. So the honorable member can be assured that the Benga and Kota stretch is on the radar and the contractor is on site. The observation. This is, I think this same observation has been made by Honourable Member from Salima Central. Nonetheless, Honourable Member from Salima Central went on to
Madam
suggest
Speaker, it's
that
Salima Central West, Honourable Minister.
Salima Central West. Honourable Member from Salima Central West made a suggestion that we have to seriously consider terminating contracts for contractors that are not performing. I wish to report that my ministry is seriously reviewing all ongoing contracts, and indeed for all those contracts whose contractors are not performing according to contractual agreements, we will certainly be considering termination as one of the options. From Mangochi East, the promise made by His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika in 2020 for the road Drus to Katuli. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I wish to report that based on that promise, this road is now being designed, and this government will certainly implement the promise that His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika already made to the people of Idrus and Katuli. I submit
Point of
Madam
order.
Second Deputy
Point
Speaker.
of order.
Thank you very much.
Point of
Thank you
order.
so much, Honorable Minister responsible for transport. Point of order from Nkatabe Chinteje. What has gone out of order?
Thank you very much. The Honourable Minister forgot to respond to, I talked about Kawia Bridge, which would collapse anytime soon, and also Kapesa Bridge. If you could send these officials to look at these bridges. Thank you.
Is it your interest, Honorable, to respond? Or it's for noting? Honorable Minister responsible for transport.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, just to assure again the Honourable Member from Nkatabe Chinteche that the officers from the ministry will be visiting this bridge that has just that has just collapsed at Kapezia and Kawira. These bridges.
Yeah, bridge. It has not collapsed, but it may collapse because because of the washaways from the lake.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. We've taken note of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, can I have your attention? Can I have your attention, honorable members? Honorable members, before I suspend the House, I've got two communications to make. The first one is to request those members who are sitting in the business committee to meet during the healthy break. And the second one is that Catholic MPs are requested to remain at 5 o'clock. They do have a mass today here at the Parliament building. Honorable members, I suspend the House for 30 minutes. House will resume at 2 minutes past 4. House suspended. 8 minutes past 4. So House suspended.